away still, your presence draws near. I could run away still, your spirit would find me. I could run away still, your presence draws near. I could hide away still, your spirit would find me. I could hide away still, your presence draws near. I could run away still, your spirit would find me. I could run away still, your presence draws near. Oh, you will go on your name. Love breaks like the light of day. Your presence here like a mighty wave. Oh, you will go on your name. Love breaks like the light of day. Your presence here like a mighty wave. Oh, I will go on your name. Love breaks like the light of day. Presence here like a mighty wave. I know your silence is not your absence, 'cause you move outside the limits of time. Will you remind my heart of your presence, that you're here with me in the night? Can you hear me when I call? Can you feel this aching soul? I will call on your name. I will call on your name. I could stand at the ends of the earth, and my voice would still be the one that you'd hear. And I'm needing you now more than ever. Will you come and separate me from my fear? I know you hear me when I call. I know you feel this aching soul. I will call on your name. Your love breaks like the light of day. Your presence here like a mighty wave. I will call on your name. Your love breaks like the light of day. Your presence here like a mighty wave. I could hide away still, your spirit would find me. I could hide away still, your presence presence draws near. I could run away, still your spirit would find me. I could run away, still your presence draws near. I could hide away, still your spirit would find me. I could hide away, still your presence draws near. I could run away, still your spirit would find me. I could run away, still your presence draws near.
Deploy!
Your silence is not your absence, 'cause you move outside the limits of time. Will you remind my heart of your presence, that you're here with me in the night? Can you hear me when I call? Can you feel this aching soul? I will call on your name. I will call on your name.
Soldier down!
I could stand at the ends of the earth, and my voice would still be the one that you'd hear.
Rip them to pieces.
And I'm needing you now more than ever. Will you come and separate me from my fear? I know you hear me when I call. I know you feel this aching soul. I will call on your name. Your love breaks like the light of day. Your presence here like a mighty wave. I will call on your name. Your love breaks like the light of day. Your presence here like a mighty wave. I could hide away, still your spirit would find me. I could hide away, still your presence draws near. still your presence draws near. I could run away, still your spirit would find me. I could run away, still your presence draws near. I could hide away, still your spirit would find me. I could hide away, still your presence draws near. still your presence draws near. I could run away, still your spirit would find me. I could run away, still your presence draws near. I could hide away, still your spirit would find me. I could hide away, still your presence draws near. I could run away, still your spirit would find me. I could run away, still presence draws near. I could run away, still your spirit would find me. I could run away, still your presence draws near. I could hide away, still your spirit would find me. I could hide away, still your presence draws near. I could run away, still your spirit would find me. I could run away, still your presence draws near. Oh, you will go on your name. Love breaks like the light of day. Your presence here like a mighty wave. Oh, you will go on your name. Love breaks like the light of day. Your presence here like a mighty wave. Oh, I will call on your name. Love breaks like the light of day. Presence here like a mighty wave.
Who's battle?
Locked in.
Task accepted.
System stable.
Many lands call me to come home. Come and see, this is where you should be. All these fields could be yours to own. Come be free, this is where you should be. I know none of them are my home. Mighty mountains and painted skies, gentle seas, this is where you should be. Busy cities that promise gold, just agree, this is where you should be. I know none of them are my home. I've been watching, I've been waiting for the day when the sky is torn. When I run on those streets of gold, I will know this is where I belong. I am watching, I am waiting for the day when they sound the horn. Then your face I will finally behold, I will know this is where I belong. I know none of them are my home. Play. Heaven will be my home.
Fight.
Heaven will be my home. I've been watching, I've been waiting for the day when the sky is torn. When I run on those streets of gold, I will know this is where I belong. I am watching, I am waiting for the day when they sound the horn. Then your face I will finally behold, I will know this is where I belong. This is where I belong. I know none of them are my home. Many lands call me to come home. Come and see, this is where you should be. All these fields could be yours to own. Come be free, this is where you should be. I know none of them are my home. Mighty mountains and painted skies, gentle seas, this is where you should be. Busy cities that promise gold, just agree, this is where you should be. I know none of them are my home. I've been watching, I've been waiting for the day when the sky is torn. When I run on those streets of gold, I will know this is where I belong. I am watching, I am waiting for the day when they say them are my home. Heaven will be my home. Heaven will be my home. I've been watching, I've been waiting for the day when the sky is torn. When I run on those streets of gold, I will know this is where I belong. I am watching, I am waiting for the day when they sound the horn. Then your face I will finally behold. I will know this is where I belong. This is where I belong. I know none of them are my home. Many lands call me to come home. Come and see, this is where you should be. All these fields could be yours to own. Come be free, this is where you should be. I know none of them are my home. Mighty mountains and painted skies, gentle seas, this is where you should be. Busy cities that promise gold, just agree, this is where you should be. I know none of them are my home. I've been watching, I've been waiting for the day when the sky is torn. When I run on those streets of gold, I will know this is where I belong. I am watching, I am waiting for the day when they sound the horn. Then your face I will finally behold. I will know this is where I belong. I know none of them are my home. Heaven will be my home. Heaven will be my home. I've been watching, I've been waiting for the day when the sky is torn. When I run on those streets of gold, I will know this is where I belong. I am watching, I am waiting for the day when they sound the horn. Then your face I will finally behold. I will know this is where I belong.
The perfect ingredients.
This is where I belong.
Hello, Friedrich. Sorry, I'm not looking at that. Mythgard. Oh, shoot. I'm so sorry. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for putting Elder Scrolls. I'm so sorry. We're multitasking. But this game's pretty intense. So if you have any questions, sorry, I'll whisper you. I have no idea if you're still here. We're playing a 2v2 Mythgard game, and this is a special Christmas edition game version of the game. Finest gifts we there lay before the King. So, baby. So if you have any questions about it, let me know. But this game is Mythgard. It's a computer card game. We're playing 2 versus 2. So there's a guy on the... There's Madara and Mojo are our opponents. Leckety Leck and Monsammel are our team. And we didn't queue together, so we're randoms. And our decks are completely randomized. So we have no idea what's in our deck. The only thing is, the deck is limited to 3 colors. So I'm blue, orange, purple. You can tell from... There's a lot of information going on here. So if you have no idea what the 1v1 version looks like, then you'd be like, what is going on? I play for you. It's a little intense to explain all at once. Ooh, but there's turn timers on the... There's like turn timers here. There's Magicka and mana over here. There's lanes here. This is literally double... It's like madness mode because it's double what the game is normally. Right? Because it's 1v1. The game's a 1v1 game and now it's like 2v2. Elder Scrolls Legends 2v2. Imagine that. So there is this information overload aspect. It's interesting though too. There's like leader abilities. Like this is like leader abilities, mana, gems, cards in hand. So I can't see my allies' hands. I have to look at this side. So he's like, oh, this is what he has in hand. But I'm multitasking, so I'm not trying that hard. Like I'm not opening it all the time and analyzing what is he gonna do next. I'm basically trying to get a holiday reward. There's a holiday award for playing this 2v2 mode. It's actually pretty fun though. This 2v2 mode is pretty good. I'd probably play it. I'd actually say this. It might be more fun than the normal game. Like there have been some really weird situations. You're drawing 2 cards per turn. Your teammates have like this awkward communication problem because they can't talk to your teammates. So you have to. It's like there's a lot of funny stuff. I mean, you could technically. Wow, dude, our opponents just played like. The last time I talked on Mythgard about cards, I said this. I called this card that guy. Sign of Pride is that guy. It's like when he gets played, you're like, wow, he played 2 of them. He just played 2 of them. He made a huge mistake though. That should have been played on my 7/7 trade here. So like my opponent on this side's thinking to himself, wow, my teammate is so silly. Like he literally should have targeted this one. Not wrong guy. Wrong guy. Bum 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 bum. The king. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. Him, ba-dum. Oranges. Actually, getting close to that. This thing is a dead lion. That's what I'll say. It's a dead lion. Poor boy too. Boom, boom. My teammate is kicking ass so hard right now. If you look at the other side, my teammate's kicking his ass. So again, if you have additional questions, just let me know because it's kind of hard to know what. If I was a completely new player, I had no idea what this game was. I'd have I have no idea what's going on. I mean, life totals are in the middle. Enchantments and artifacts are on the side. These are enchantments and artifacts. These are graveyards over here. Like, yeah, Mythgard does not win the Simplicity Award. We're hoping to get orange. If we have orange off the top, well, I just realized I didn't think properly, but get to. I can get 6 mana. Wow. Wait, what? No. I took it. Oh, no orange card. If we could play an orange card, that'd be so dope. Then we could play Herald of Conquest on all sides. I need an orange mana. Orange gem, excuse me. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, shit. So I played an item on my teammate's creature, and we can both control the creature. Oh my, no. No. Dude, my opponent has such a good hand. I need an orange card really bad. He just played such a good card. This card's like game winning. And in this format, in the constructed that, oh my goodness, our opponents just played some serious stuff. We need some serious backup. That is not an orange card. I have 0 Valkyries in here. This is horrible. No gifts. Let's look what our teammate has. Mr. Teammate, he has a lot of cards in his hand. He has to kill this somehow. Oh my goodness, that thing is scary. He was waiting for my Herald of Conquest. My teammate was waiting for Herald of Conquest. Not bad. I don't have it. My teammate must be really pissed at me right now. Really pissed for not being able to play this card. If this card was played, we would have won the game probably. I don't know if probably won the game is correct, because that thing's huge. And unkillable. It's not just huge, it's unkillable. This is... Oh my. Like, oh, we can still win. We have to kill him. We have to kill them as soon as possible. That thing's stealing 22 damage. Stop it. Stop it. Dude, Mythgard's got this crazy hand. Like, if you just looked at all the cards he's been playing. Dude, how many mythics does he have? I've had a lot of mythics, but my mythics are like... I'm not trying to cry here, but my mythics aren't very good on their own. Like, this card needs... when you create a Valkyrie, you need Valkyries to play this. When you have Valkyries in your grave, I don't have Valkyries in my grave. This is the only one that's good, but I can't even play it. Oh my, 24 damage, come in the face. Does he have ways to gain life? Like, we need an orange card. Hello? Orange card? But now it's arguably too late, because we had a massive board. Oh, Spirit Away is pretty good, though. Spirit Away is really good. This annihilates this. I don't know if I should be playing cards. He must be not too happy to see that, and I'm very happy to see that, because that just killed something that's way too strong. It's like way too strong. There's like nothing else that we could have done. I don't even know what my opponent teammate has, but I just chose to do it as fast as possible. What does he have? Our opponent, dude, our teammates, we both have like Ingrid Stormdaughter's bricked on our hands. We both have this card in the middle. Have no... What is that? Long-winded. Oh, really? That's interesting. That is interesting.
Glory eternal.
Oh boy. We've got some teamwork going on with this white Kajito. And the Long Winter is super good. Long Winter just stopped the behemoth spawning. I forgot about that side, but I didn't even worry. Oh my, Seal of Egg. Dude! Majara's hand is like Traitorous Murmur, Seal of Exile. Oof. The hand on the left-hand side is so good. He has cards you'd put in your deck if you were playing Constructed. Right now we have... But it's funny, we like playing against people who are good. We like playing against people who get lucky, actually. So it makes it more interesting, personally. But I will tell you right now that he's smiling to himself. Like, the cards he's drawing. Alright, see, this is tier 1, this is tier 1, this is tier 1, this is not tier 1, this is not tier 1, this is not tier 1, not tier 1. So this is tier 1, tier 1, tier 1. The 3 tier 1s. Cards. But it was pretty crazy, too. They had a huge tempo. I don't even know how they were losing. We had a huge tempo swing having Sign of Pride. This card over here, this is our Mojo's graveyard. Desertification Engine has been verified as the highest win rate card in the game. This is the highest win rate card in the game, and I actually think it's pretty good. Swift plus this, ever since this changed to utility, that's crazy. That's super good.
I know secrets.
What are we gonna do about this? Like, we need Misanthropia, but it has to come from him, and he only has 2 yellow burns, so he can't overburn yellow. And our opponent, our ally's playing fine. I think our ally's playing great, but we need. Oh, Sapo, excellent. He just drew Sapo. Please say you could buy. He needs a 3rd yellow card. Yeah, he's playing it now. Boom, boom, kill the behemoth. He has to do it. Or is it... Oh, interesting. He's thinking... Our team is thinking, should he go for the Lavish proxy or this behemoth? I'm not even sure. I don't even know. I don't know. All I know is my teammates thinking, "What is wrong with you? How could you not play this card yet? Like you've had this card in your hand since the beginning." And I'm just like, "Bruh, I only have one orange gem. I haven't drawn another orange card for the last 5 turns." I think I should do this.
I'll take that.
I should put the Jaded Courtier to set up Herald. At least have faith. At least have faith Herald's coming. Because even though we were saying he has a great hand, he has no cards in his hand left. And they're actually almost dead. So there is that. There is that. It's almost deadness. I agree with his decision. I agree with my teammate's decision. He chose to Sapo this card and instead let him block himself. That's interesting. Interesting choice by my teammate. Personally, if I was my teammate, I would have moved the little crane onto the giant stairway. But I don't think I can move it to his side. Wow! They both this card that he just played says if you're at 1 HP, you can't die. You can't die at 1. You can't die. You just can't die. As long as that card's in the game, you can't die. And then this is the second one they played. So they're like playing the same card. They both played Lavish Proxies. They both played Sign of Pride. They're like, I wonder if they're on Discord. If they were, they would be like talking about this. Because like they just literally played 2 tier 1 cards in the row. But I'm not too sure. So we need the orange card. Where's the orange card at? The orange card is to be huge. Oh, Longwinter only blocks his side? Dude, that's crazy. Longwinter doesn't block my side? Or it does? Oh, it does. It does. Okay. Basically, every single creature comes into the game stunned. Which is kind of funny.
Pay your premiums.
Our opponent would have died, but that was actually trample and lethal right there, but we gotta deal with this card. But this is crazy. If you actually look at what just happened, Herald of Conquest literally just put so much stats on the board. Like, this card wasn't playable for 6 turns in a row, and if it was played in previous turns, it would have completely swapped. Like, they would have killed them. It would have probably killed them, barring Armageddon Angel. So we just need to kill. It's all about this Lavish Proxy. The game's all about this card now. If you prevent any loss of life that would reduce you below 1. Killing this ends the game. This thing's stunned. He has to protect this. I don't think they can. They need in fact, they lose. They actually lose if they do board wipe. Board wipe kills them because my leader ability does 1 damage. They need a board wipe and heal, which is pretty hard when you have random cards in your hand deck. That's one of the problems with orange. Orange is such a good color, probably the best color in the game, but doesn't really have that much heal.
Soldier down.
That he has heal on this side, so at least they can heal at least 3. So they're not like, oh, it's over. It's over. They have no mana, nothing. This is gone. This is G G G G G G G G G G G G G G G G G G G G G G G. Bum bum bum. The Herald of Conquest has overcome. The Herald of Conquest. Well, thank God for the win. I'm 100% sure now we win. They have no mana. They're about to pass their turn. It's good. Let's see what our teammate has now. Bum 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 bum. Monsoon. Wow, my teammate has his own lavish proxy. Okay. Pray for you. Powerful ramen. So, actually just trading into this. Thank God for the gem. I'm impressed with my opponent, my teammate. My teammate played far better than his rank, in my mind. There was a card I'm not even sure what it does. Do we have? Well, thank God for these weekly chests. Nice. More Mithril. So we're doing this Christmas event. Draw 250 cards in 2v2. That's basically what's motivating us to play. The card back looks pretty cool. If you look at it closer, it looks cool. Again, if you have any questions about gameplay, just let me know, because I don't know what questions to answer. I don't even know what the question's being asked. I've made my best. I only know the questions I'm asking. I'm usually asking, what's my best next move? What do I do from here? How do I not die? How do we win? I'm not even sure what this card does. Our opponent played this, and I wasn't looking at what it did. Serapis, False Apostle, 1 mana, Lurker, Life Tap, plus 1 mana. Deal 1 damage to you and your opponent. You and your opponent. Whoa. Its +1 ability is horrible. Its -3 ability is amazing. I would highly recommend that this in the future becomes -3. I think this is inconsistent. I'm actually going to make that note right now. I'm going to actually make that recommendation right now. I don't think that's consistent typology. And that's one of the problems with Mythgard is the cards are a little bit stacked in text, and it's kind of hard to read. So I'm going to give a feedback and suggestion. Okay, so Hey Tempest, yeah, I am. If you want to, you could add me. You can invite me right now. I have no idea what your in-game name is. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. I'm going to play 2v2 till we get the 250. I don't know, actually, yeah. Pretty. We'll get close to it, then we'll go take a break. Maybe do puzzles. But let's do some more 2v2s. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Never play. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Is someone adding me? We come. You can scum us. Tempest. Ba-dum-bum-bum. I'm like not even. I'm not even always looking at chat or anything. So sorry if it looks like I'm ignoring it because I kind of am. But that's not even on. That's like not even on purpose. I'm just. That's what comes with multitasking. You can scamaz the card trim if you get 3 other people. Just constant pass. Oh, okay. I understand what you're saying. Scams. Want me to take? Is it already in game? I got declined. Okay. Nice. So, actually, sometimes when it comes to these like quest things, I really do try to scam him. I try to cheat him. But the 2v2, like, from my experience, is pretty fun. The only times it's not fun so far has been when people just gave up. Like, people just surrendered. I think it only requires one person in the game to say I leave and the game's over. So I think it might be better to have a double. Like a concession should require maybe 2 players, because I mean maybe one person gives up and the other person still wants to keep playing. I think that's the only time that it's frustrating. But overall, it is a pretty skill testing format to me. Like even though it's RNG, like what's in the deck, I think randomness can actually test people's like adaptivity, like how much people can adapt and like read the situation on the spot. And there's still like risk and reward, but I think Mythgard does do a good job overall, like chopping down this like high rolling luck thing that like I don't feel like I lose in Mythgard because I got super high rolled. Too much. I say too much. Oh wow. I should clarify what I mean by what I'm saying, and I wish I could tell the guy that I'm in a queue, because I literally. I think there's something about basically always having mana and always having gems on curve that helps lower low rolling. So like low rolling is when you just draw crappy cards, right? in card games, or you just draw the wrong cards, Mana Flood or Mana Drought. Overall, I think the mana energy system is really good. I think it's really good at smoothing things out, and basically you're never at 0 mana or like 2 mana on turn 5. That's really important. You also have to put more thought into like mana a little bit than your traditional Shadowverse. Hearthstone just automatically incrementing mana. I think that adds the dimension of like thinking that may not be there. The ability to turn bad cards into mana, that feels good. So you never feel like your hand's completely bad. Decks are pretty small, 40 card decks. 40 card decks means you usually get to see cards even one-ofs with pretty high consistency. I think also it's a really nice breath of fresh air away from Constructed, because Constructed does feel like red-orange is the strongest deck, followed by yellow-green with like a little bit of variation around the sides, but then red-blue. I don't really know how good red-blue is anymore, but red-blue, green-yellow, basically for the majority of our previous season, red-orange, green-yellow, and red-blue were pretty much the 3 best decks. And then after that, you have some other decks that are maybe classifiable as tier 2. And that pretty much meant you don't get to see all these interesting cards get played. And that's something good. That's something good with these random decks, is you get to see these cool cards that no one plays. More mistake heavy. I actually I played a lot of Shadowverse, so I'm actually looking forward to the next expansion. I think Shadowverse does some things really well beyond just being a game. Beyond just being a game, I'll give you an example. They just had every winter season towards like Christmas week, they give every time someone logs in 5 card packs. How good is that? How good is that? Imagine every other card game did that. You log in, you get 5 card packs. That makes people log in. 5 card packs is non-trivial. Even in Shadowverse, it takes some time to grind out 5 card packs. They're super generous over there. And I think they're using the CCG format to their advantage, because CCGs, it's like it doesn't cost a company any money to give people card packs. Card packs are digital goods. You could say they kind of exist, as in they don't have a dollar value to the company. You don't say, oh, we have 10,000 Strigoi pups and we need to like offload them. That's paper cards, right? But like digital cards, you could give away 1,000 Strigoi pups. It didn't cost you any money. So I have a lot of love for Shadowverse being very strategic in terms of they take their design principle beyond the game, like the actual game itself. They think, how can we improve the user experience outside of the game? They do like leader tie-ins. I felt like the way they monetize leaders is just so smart. In fact, I don't see other card games doing that very well. I know Hearthstone has it a little bit, but I don't play that much Hearthstone. But their leaders are like way less interesting. Even the leaders I've seen, like Arthas and whatever, like special paladins. Kindness gifts we... Wow. Our opponents both played 1-drops. Okay.
Let's feed.
So you see, Shadowverse has like these animated leaders, and they put a lot of effort behind leaders. So instead of just having like your good old icons, they put like fully animated leaders, and that with like a chat wheel that is unique to that leader, good voiceover. And they're very clever. Like Shadowverse is very clever from a cost-saving point of view, in terms of they really, really know how to make things without spending that much money. I'll give you an example of this. If you look at the story mode of Shadowverse, they recycle character animations over and over again. As in, they don't reanimate the characters. As in, they have anime characters like just they like pop out. They're like, hiya! Like they just do like a sword motion, and then they spend more money on voiceover. So instead of animating, so they give the illusion of having an animated game, which is an animated game. Wow, maybe I want to play this. Hold on. we have a situation. Our opponents have played some real cards. Ba-dum-bum-bum. All players. That sounds horrible. That sounds a little bad, but maybe it's good. I don't know. This is a card that you would never see played in Constructed, as an example. I should get rid of Bella. I like to do this thing. Bella's a really good card, but there's no way I can play it with my hand. I need to get rid of her, and we should put Strigoi Pup here so we can trade. We almost put it there on accident and got minus. Oh I forgot to attack. Oh, this noob. Oh shit. Oh my. Oh, that's so bad. If you guys didn't know, I was supposed to attack in the middle. Wow, and that did damage the enchantment. It's too busy talking about Shadowverse animated characters. But Shadowverse does this thing where they like recycle character animations, and, like so they have like so many story modes, and they didn't create any new animations for like a majority of them. They just keep recycling. And I think they've been very clever with how to use their time. Then another good thing about Shadowverse is they have tie-ins. So Shadowverse does these tie-ins where they basically, as a company, Games goes out of its way to collaborate with other companies that are not even gaming companies. Like, if they go out of their way specifically to animes, and they're like, hey, let's do a collab. So like Capcom owns Street Fighter, right? Shadowverse went to Capcom and was like, hey, why don't we do something here? Why don't we collaborate? And that's exactly what they did. This is really bad, but not attacking might even cost me the game. Oh my goodness. I'm supposed to attack that side. I'm supposed to attack this lane. I'm supposed to attack this lane because this lane would damage the conscription. Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Meanwhile, my teammate's going like, what are you doing, sir? I am so sorry. Rum bum bum bum. Normally we play better because we're not even talking, but we're just talking. Sorry. So the tie-ins, right? So like Shadowverse has Street Fighter leaders in Capcom. They have Chun-Li. They have Bison. Bison. They have. I would have bought Blanca if they had Blanca, but they don't have Blanca. So rip. They have Street Fighter characters as leaders in Shadowverse. Why? Because somebody at Games is going out of their way to collaborate with other companies, and it's a pretty good licensing deal. It's basically, hey, can we have your character in our game? We'll share some profit. Oh my goodness. This is such a good card. This is such a good card in this format. This is so good. This is so good. It's so good. It's so bad for us. I'm gonna say it's so good. He can block all attack. He can block attacks in 3 lanes by just putting anything. Put garbage in there. Like Soma Oasis, minions created in this lane are immortal until your next turn. Right. I actually might need to look at my teammate's cards in his hand now, because this is bad, and this is not even okay. Wow, my teammate has good cards right now. He has pretty good cards. Now we do have a problem here. Wait a minute. This is like a serious problem. We're getting outflanked on the left. Oh boy, he's revealing cards in my hand. I can't attack him from this side. This is like a military battle where we're getting circled on this side and we're getting blocked on this side. And these guys are literally sitting here going like, sir, what do we do? And I'm like, I can't play this. This would devastate us, our own team. What's they do this?
Parsa's light shines.
My teammate's actually waiting for me at this time. I promise you, Tempest, if I play with you on Discord, I will not be so bad. This thing would be dead by now. This thing would be dead by now. And if this thing was dead, it would like this is a compounding interest going on. Like the Helm of Conscription not being dead means it's useful this turn, meaning he could buff it, trade. Like he can buff the Oak of Dodana, which I'm pretty sure he's gonna do. Which I'm pretty sure he's gonna like. If the right play here is this guy should buff his Oak of Dodana so that I can't trade into it with a value trade. Oh boy. Oh boy. But then I got Synapse. And then I got this thing, which is not too bad. -0, -2. Machine Gun Wolf. What is this? Okay, giving the plague to my team. That sucks. But he's not taking advantage of that. Okay. That guy's going to give the plague to him. I need to move. Okay, he is. Whoa! With his leader ability. His leader ability generates a 1/1. Generates a 1/1 at will. So no card advantage, no card loss. It's expensive. But basically he can block out this. In this format, these 6 tiles in the middle are of great importance because we can both use the card in the middle. So this card, which is not that common, suddenly becomes amazing in this format. Our opponent's running out of gas. Good news is, so he is getting, and our teammate has, if we just hold the line, we should be good, because our teammate has Armageddon Angel, so what we need to do is survive here and have them overcommit. Now this thing's got the plague, so we should move the Strigo point away so it doesn't kill. Okay, he didn't buff that, so I get a free value on the Oak of Dodana. That's huge. Sure. Wait a minute. Oh, no, I can't. I can't play my Muse yet. Oh! Teamwork! Okay, teamwork, but I said teamwork and I just burned the wrong color. That's hilarious. I burned it. I should be burning green. What am I doing, though? Wow, what if I gave this thing Frenzy? It's like a machine gun. I guess we put the Shadow. Just put this in here. My teammate just is doing great. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Block. It's okay. Actually, doing what we did is fine. But maybe we could have played the Zeme Hydra. I have this feeling that I keep talking about Shadowverse, by the way, guys, because I think Shadowverse is actually doing better. Like, if I was to tell you Shadowverse, Gwent, Elder Scrolls Legend, and Mythgard, I'm pretty sure Shadowverse is making the most money. I'm pretty sure Shadowverse is doing the best. Shadowverse has $1 million prize pool in like 2 days or 3 days. Like, the finals of Shadowverse is $1 million, which is a healthy sign. It's a healthy metric for a game. Now, I didn't even talk about the bad stuff. Like, Shadowverse has bad stuff, so I'm assuming my teammate Tempest knows. Shadowverse is not... I'll put it this way. Shadowverse is not for people who don't like dying. Because Shadowverse kills... Like, you die in Shadowverse by turn 8 consistently. Like, this game's over by turn 8. And sometimes it's over by turn 7. And every single deck in that game, Shadowverse, is like a combo aggro deck. Every deck's a combo aggro deck. Like, there's no such thing as control. You don't play control in Shadowverse. There might have been a thing such as control in the past, but now there's no such thing as control. So it's a race. It's like a base race scenario. So it's like I liken it to fencing. I should help my teammate out. You know, my teammate's done so. Oh, should I just? How do I want to deal with this? Technically, I deal with this. Blow that thing up. Synapse. Wow, I could have used this. Angel boy. I mean, I should probably attack this. Let's like not forget. There's something about these. You know, the icon, like everything's actually smaller than normal in this game. Yeah. I think. Well, I mean, I think there's a couple things going on when that's a really interesting dynamic. Like, why is Shadowverse more successful in Japan, and why is it getting carried by a single country? Right? There's like 120 million people in Japan, and at the same time, like, how can a game like Mythgard, like a game like that, shows you that if Mythgard penetrated the Japanese market, you can get carried by a single company, like a single country, if you're sufficiently played in that game, in that region. I think that's a problem that Mythgard is trying to face, right? Like Mythgard needs to feel like, okay, we've got a good game here. How do we get played? Wow, that is a great card to have. But this angel is like this angel's about to wreck face. Like this angel's about to go. So there's this thing about Shadowverse ending before turn 8. That everything's like combo aggro decks. Okay, let's actually look at our teammates. Our teammates really looking at our hand. Like he's, wow, mythic. He has 5 mythic cards in his hand, and he only has 6 cards in his hand. That's impressive. Oh, don't miss it this time. Don't miss it this time. Don't miss it this time. I say don't miss it this time. Enyo. Why did I play it on that side? Hello, Chris. That is so stupid. Oh! Pitting Enyo here is bad. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't put this card here. I just told everybody that anything put here, but the block is like this massive block. There's like this super block here. It doesn't matter how big your creature is. They just put a 1/1 here. He could put a 1/1 there every day with this card, with Reconstruct. He probably realized, like, yo, bro, what the hell are you doing? Why are you... He's thinking, what are you doing putting that card... What are you doing putting that card in the middle? I'm thinking, I don't know. So, Alright, so, like... Okay, so the advantages of basically having games end before turn 8, I think, is Japan is this mobile market. It's like seriously the mobile market. So most people play Shadowverse on a phone, not on Steam. So they're playing it on a phone, and in Japan they have all these crazy trains. All these crazy like public transportation. And realistically speaking, people can't play games that are 30 minutes long on a commute. And so the game of Shadowverse is... Uh-oh. The game of Shadowverse it highly incentivizes players. Maybe I shouldn't have played Enyo like that. Maybe I shouldn't have played Enyo. I got too excited. It's okay. It happens. Like, we could have activated her on the same turn we played, and that would have been better. So... Or maybe I should have played her in front of a lane where nothing can attack her. Hello. There's so many things that could have probably been done better in the previous turn. This game has seen us make like 10 mistakes already. Like 10. Which, mistakes are good because mistakes mean those are opportunities for improvement. Like, if we lose, right, any one of those 10 mistakes might have got us a little bit closer to victory. I think of, war elephant. It shouldn't be a problem. I'm pretty sure I value trade him because I have first strike, right? I have first strike here. I'm pretty sure I can, pretty sure. So maybe consume all the orange, go to 5. I don't deal 5 damage. Read. How does this work? We have first strike, right? I promise the thing has first strike. Sometimes you just armor, blast 5, slayer. I need him to move this. If my teammate moves this, if Tempest moves this here, it gives me a move ability, and I attack here. I can destroy the elephant, or I can do this. Let's just do this. Yeah, I don't think he sees that. It's completely fine. So we're going to. I didn't see that one, did you? Didn't see that one, did you? Rip. There's so many things wrong with what I just did. Like, I just blocked myself on so many sides. Let's just say we did not use this. We're on mistake 11. This, if you're wondering why this angel dude's like ripping people in half, it's because my teammate put this super good an item on it. Pentacle flavors. So we're saying Shadowverse is probably way better for mobile, and the reason why they're veering away from control is because people are playing on their commutes, and if you want to be popular, they want to get people to that adrenaline rush or that endorphin drop or something like that faster, basically. So they're staying away from games that last like this long. Like, this kind of game couldn't be played in a mobile setting. How can you play this 2v2? How can you play it this long? This game's already gone. This game's only been 9 turns, and it takes a long time for 2v2. And so Shadowverse tries to make things like streamline things, make things faster, which doesn't really sit well with a lot of control players who want to like sit there, take their time. And yeah, based off the feedback I've seen, most people have problems in the West. People's problems with Shadowverse are the art. Either they think it's very pedophilic, which maybe sometimes it is. Can't argue with that one. The second one is Hold on. Wait a minute. This is like, I'm pretty sure if I move this here, then I use my ability. Give Carney ability, lug, slap them all down. Easy gaming. Move this angel's got like this guy's kill count is going so high. Why is it a question mark? What is this? 3, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. It's nothing.
Pay your premiums.
Pretty sure this blows everything up. Oh no. I didn't want him to blow up. Should I help him out? Oh yeah. Oh, I can't help him out with that, so not like really. I'd like to help him out. Maybe we play. I should actually help out. I should really help out here. And no gifts to bring. I probably made a mistake, guys, doing what I did. I'm looking at what I did, and I don't think I did the correct thing. I wasn't sure. I need to go back and see Did it have armor 1? Because if it had armor 1, we just made a really small mistake here. Like, this Radiant Vessel who has, like, kill count of, like, 12 plus creatures, he could still be alive if I didn't play Insurance Broker. But I wanted to play Insurance Broker because I wanted to draw more cards. Oh, so I was saying, like, the Shadowverse, the two complaints is the art style, and the second one is it feels OP. And I think the OP basically comes back to the fencing mentality of Shadowverse. Basically, every game is designed to end before 8, 9-ish. And the fencing mentality is both people are playing aggro combo decks, and whoever taps the other person first wins. Like, whoever, like, is faster wins. It's whoever is faster wins. So all the good decks are fast decks that can kill someone as fast as possible, which sometimes feels like you're playing a non-game because you die from 20 HP. Like, you're at 20 HP, they're at 20 HP, they found their combo piece. You were trying to play this, like, good old game of trading and just, like, having a good time. Next thing you know, you're dead. So that's where people feel like things are OP. What did you do? Normally in a constructed game, I actually pay attention to, like, every single thing people do, every single card they burn. But in 2v2, it's really like, let go, let them do their thing, and then you just look at the board and you're like, what's going on here? So I could attack that thing. Lord Valentine, after killing... Do I have a vampire? Is there a vampire? There's no vampires. Do I want to use... That thing's stopping him. That's a 4-8. Oh, don't attack it! Don't attack it! Wait, what? Give an adjacent a move action and help. Doesn't... Oh, surpassed. Wow, rip. Get wrecked. Well, that's not exactly what I thought was going to happen. Should I help him out? Oh, they go into my face. I wonder, let me see. Armageddon. Oh, he's thinking about Armageddon Angeling. Oh shoot, my teammate wants Armageddon Angel. I shouldn't. Oh, yeah, he wanted Armageddon Angel. I don't think Armageddon Angel is what we want, personally, at the moment. Well, he's waiting. Our teammate's been very patient to see what I was gonna do. Like, we're almost out of time. I'm sorry. I thought, not too sure. I was making a decision. Do we even have time left? Where's the timer? Poor boy. Wow, what's going on? This board state's... So, what's going on is... I'm talking about a completely different game. My teammate's wondering what I'm doing. He has an Armageddon Angel, and he doesn't want to accidentally nuke me. And I'm trying to set up... Hey, that's a vampire! This almost looks like almost looks like it's thought through. You see, if Lord Valentine says when a vampire breaches, you get to do something. She's a vampire. So if she gets in there, Lord Valentine can go. I don't think we should Armageddon Angel them ever because of this Sea Lord's Trident, personally. Because Sea Lord Trident. Okay. Our opponent on the left is got absolute garbage on his hand now. Like, our opponent on the left is floating mana. Opponent on the right's also floating mana. Both sides, both teams are actually, like, completely bad hands. Oh, this is a really good card. This is. Wow, this thing's huge. The Thrides is huge. So. Oh, I can't breach.
Nice.
I'm gonna do the whiskey.
On.
Oh, I should attack that one. I just took extra 1 damage, for no reason. Oh, 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 oh! What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, what are we doing? Why is this? Why did I put it in the middle again? I thought we had this conversation several times. I thought we had this conversation before. Yeah, I don't think I want. Yeah, I don't want to. Wow, that dies. It kills him. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Let's move over here. Okay, it almost looks like. I forgot about Lord Valentine. I forgot this thing has agile. Like, Spirit away. Okay, that's a bad. That's not too bad. Excuse me. We want to not attack this Felkraken. We don't want Felkraken to die, because if it dies, he can respawn another one, so we actually want it to live. And Insurance Broker's doing work. She's got Invisible City. She's gaining me life. Start gaining me cards. Oh, wow. Attacking my Insurance Broker? How dare you? Hey, killing this is of great importance. This card's drawing me 2 cards. It's going to draw me 2 cards. If you don't kill this... Give a minion suppress and lock its strength to 0. Bang. So we're looking good on both sides. I hope we don't get. We're not going to get nuked. Let's look at our teammate's hand. Our teammate now has basically nothing in his hand, actually. So our teammate's dry now, which is fine. It's completely fine. Oh, traitorous murmur! Traitorous murmur. Let's draw a card. Oh! There's a 15-15. Rum pum pum. What if we just don't attack then? Okay, take this one.
What's all the fuss? Show your throat.
Sometimes counting is really hard.
Together at last.
Wow, what was the point of that one? I just took 1 damage for doing. I took 1 damage for attacking that because that's on a desert, and I did 0 damage because he had 1 armor. Uh oh. This is. Whoa. Whoa. He didn't kill the 8-9? Excuse me. Wait. I don't understand this. I don't understand the logic here. You're not killing an 8-9 for free? This is like a free kill. This thing has Alpha Strike. It's Alpha Strike. What? Okay. Okay. Well, I guess this is where we suppress, eat him for breakfast. Sounds good. I don't think we should Traitor's Murmur. I would rather keep Traitorous Murmur as a
I'll take that.
as a it's like a option of last resort. You know, don't need to proactively use it. But this thing is all right. I'm locking that thing down to 0. I am. Oh, I'm going to eat this thing. Bum. Wow, draw even more cards. Get it. Oh, that thing's amazing. It's a 0 cost. 0-3. Lashy. I wonder if I regret not playing anything. Search your deck for this.
Link established.
Whoa. Oh, so good. Shuffle that back in. We don't want you. This little Carney log has been doing work. He's got my MVP award. Wow, sniped. Yeah, so when you look at Traitorous Murmur and Seal of Exile, and you have the option to develop threats, I think it's better to develop threats than to use something that can create lethal. Actually, Traitorous Murmur can be lethal, right? So if you look at Sealed Exile and Traitorous Murmur together, these just remove 2 cards. He's dead. They're dead. Both these things are going to go bye bye. Or like whatever he plays here goes bye bye, right? How many cards in my deck? Let's review deck. 50 cards on my pin. Okay. So my goal is to beat my opponent to beat my ally to lethal. Should I just give him lethal and that's it? I have so many misplays, double digits. Bum, rum, bum, 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 bum. Yeah, we're gonna play one more, and that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. Rum, bum, bum, bum. I played my best for him. Rum, bum, bum, bum. Rum, bum, bum, bum. Tempest is deciding, do I want to carry him again? And I'm like, yes. To come home, come and see, this is where you should be. Let's see. Okay, I'll ask again. If it doesn't, that's fine. That's fine. It's fine. It is a free will. My home. Bum, bum. Mountains and painted skies. So I'm gonna sing this first. I love this verse a lot. Mighty mountains and painted skies, gentle seas
This is where you should be. Busy cities that promise gold. Just agree, this is where you should be. I know that I'm at home. I've been watching, I've been waiting for the day when the sky is torn. When I run on those streets of gold, I will know this is where I belong. I am watching, I am waiting for the day when they sound no. Then your face I will finally behold, I will know this is where I belong. I know none of them are my home. Heaven will be my home.
So, as a player, I really like these grindy games. I like these grindy, thoughtful control matches, which are the antithesis. Yeah, I noticed you had Arma Angel, and I was thinking, oh shoot, he's waiting because he wants to know whether he's supposed to nuke this board or not. And I was like, my bad. I will know. But games that we just, like the game we just played with, is like the antithesis of Shadowverse. So when I look at a game like Shadowverse, I think Mythgard doesn't need to copy Shadowverse as a game, but can learn some of those other tricks, those other things like giving packs to people every day as a login reward. Might seem like too generous, but I think it's really good, especially if you have a lot of expansions, because Mythgard has 0 and Shadowverse is like 15 expansions. Collaborating with other companies, that's something that Mythgard potentially could do, but it's something that other companies have been a little bit not too keen on doing. I think one of the reasons why not everyone is willing to sort of bridge universes is because they think it's universe breaking. It's like, oh, it's going to break immersion. If we allow Street Fighter characters into this game, how is that going to fit in this universe, right? And the character is going to the players are really going to hate it. So, for example, Gwent is a Witcher card game, right? They've explicitly said they will not do any crossovers, even with their own intellectual property. They're not going to do this Gwent. They're not going to do a Gwent expansion that is CD Projekt is like Cyberpunk 2077, which would be actually really interesting if you think about it, because Gwent as a game is really good. Now, if you break immersion, this is like a design choice. If you have Gwent rules, but then you have cards coming from Star Wars, cards coming in from all different kinds of multiverses, it's not like that wouldn't be fun. It would be fun. It just does break some of that immersion, because it's like Captain America is punching Geralt in the face. But Shadowverse doesn't care about that, so they totally would. And Japanese companies seem to be more into that kind of thing, personally, from what I've seen. Been watching, I've been waiting, the day when the sky is torn. So I'm not too sure if I should be playing. I probably should play. Get her out of my hand. She'll break. She heavy.
Get behind me.
Get behind me. Get behind me, I will. So, this Shadow Trapeze is not, like, okay, this is an interesting situation where if you play this card in the middle, it actually might be a detriment to our strategy, because it's like a very low value enchantment, and we can't replace it. So if we put this here, it's like, man, we had a better enchantment to put there. But not playing it also seems kind of funny. And playing it on this seems... Let's get it here. Let's just do it. We're not going to put it in the middle, because putting it in the middle, as I said, You might want a better enchantment in the middle because this is the critical. This is like the most important lane potentially. But in fact, I'm not even sure how our opponent has lost. Maybe I don't know. My teammate's hand was crazy good, and we played well overall. But the Soma Oasis technically, maybe it's only good as a stalling tactic because it does stop aggression. But maybe the game 2v2 is not even about aggression. Maybe it's about who controls the board. Like you're starting with 50 HP, so it's technically stopping aggression's not that good. It's not that worthwhile. It's not like interesting putting a splicing lab there. Should we put a sword onto... I think maybe we should put a sword. Passing. Oh, I think I'm putting a sword on this thing. Should I? Nah. Should I?
Sweet.
I think it's better to put this card down. Or no. Let's play the Mournhold Trader. The Mournhold Trader of this game. Serendipity of Freed. Interesting. Aimless Vessel's super stacked. This is a great card in this situation. We don't have any deserts. This one's better than all the other exam. That one's way better. When we come back from lunch, we plan on doing more puzzles. And we do have interest in Egyptology. We actually read this like crazy long article. Not crazy. A very good and detailed research paper on the identifying who's the pharaoh of the biblical Exodus. And I think that's something I want to talk about. It's really interesting. It's such an interesting thing to me. Egyptology is one of those things that is 100% not at the university I went to. No one would encourage you to study it whatsoever. But it just sounds so much fun. Like, it just sounds fun. It's where I belong. I've been waiting the day when... I think we won this game. Like, I'm just looking at the board, and it doesn't look... Where are their cards? Wait. What did they even spend mana on? Like... I mean, that's got to be cautioned because there's board wipes in this game, right? Like a single Misanthropia, and they're both far from Misanthropia, and they're kind of, you can tell they don't have Misanthropia in hand. At least this guy doesn't, because if he did, he would be burning yellows. Or technically, maybe he has Misanthropia, but he didn't have enough yellow cards to burn. That's also another possibility. This is interesting. I'm thinking about using Loki's. Loki. I've been waiting. I think we should Loki it. No, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it does. It does. Let's get this removed out of the game. Roots of gold. Okay, so we're going to use Loki's Veil. Suppress this. Actually, it actually suppresses both. Wait. Target an artifact or enchantment. It doesn't suppress the card on it. It doesn't suppress this. What? Yeah, but puzzle sounds like a very good time to talk about the Egyptology paper. And interestingly enough, there's in Mythgard there's a very high chance we're going to see an Egyptian-based mythology cards in future expansions, like Sphinxes, Pharaohs, this kind of stuff. So I think it... So, interesting. Regen 2. Sure. Okay, let's think about this for a second. This can't be suppressed, but we can easily value trade it on that. It's not a problem.
System stable.
How did he kill mine? Oh, he used Crimson Park. Okay. So, I am going to burn that, and I am going to mountains and painted skies. See, promised gold. Oh, in the future, I could actually use infuse and buff the statue. I've been waiting where the sky is torn. Streams of gold I will know. But the Egyptology paper to me is a really good exercise in how do you gather data? How do you gather qualitative and quantitative evidence? How do you construct an argument with qualitative and quantitative evidence, and what conclusions can you make? What is in the realm of possibility? What is like not in the realm of possibility? Also, one of the interesting things about history is dealing with biased narrators, biased voices. So basically, when people aren't being entirely honest with you, how do you process that? How do you? Can I sacrifice one of my other minions? The sky is torn. These streets of gold I will know. I should have not. I should have. Wait, stop. Oh, I should have played. No! My teammate probably saw that. He's gonna. Wow. Oh, Why is that gonna blow that everybody up? Oh, My teammate's thinking to himself, rip. That was such a misplay. You didn't know why that's such a misplay, guys. Because this thing could have leveled up. I was too busy talking about Egyptology and how the thing could have leveled up to Immortal if I didn't do that. Or sorry, rather, if I had done it in the right sequence. If I had played this just like 1 second faster than my opponent, my teammate attacking, Enyo would have gotten jacked. But it's okay. We're making it possible for them to, fight back. Something I like about this 2v2 format a lot is how... Whoa! It actually mattered! If Enyo was immortal, she wouldn't have died. Oh boy. This literally happened last game too, so it's just like... Does he still have that birdie? He does. He still has his Phoenix coming back over and over again. Okay, let's see what's got. I think we got Misanthropia, we got Radiant Vessel, we got Tangle Skin, Painted Skies. Yeah, let's talk about biased narration. Dealing with biased narration is... I think it's important to know that every person you ever meet, read, listen to, talk to, they're all biased. Every single person is biased. Now that doesn't mean you don't talk to people. It actually means that the best way to overcome bias isn't to just ignore bias. It's to actually get more viewpoints and see where there's crossover. If you get more viewpoints and see what do they have in common. So like completely just saying, oh, you're biased, there's nothing to be said here, I don't want to talk to biased people. That's kind of foolish because everyone's biased. No, like I'm biased. Dude, we got wrecked so hard. Tangle Skin, okay, it's committing. I've been waiting. I don't think I should develop this. Because we have to recover. Like, the Armageddon Angel is pretty painful. Well, we got tempo swung pretty hard right now, so like our opponents are in a good spot. So we have to somehow coordinate a good bait. Okay, he's gonna hit this. So I'm gonna play as if we're gonna get a super high value misanthropy in the future. Ouch. Maybe I should have put the Kraken in front of that. This thing is so good in this format. 5-4 agile, you lose 2.
Just a taste.
Okay, so we got wing. I can kill out the wings. This card's actually pretty annoying. Like, this card's really annoying. Like, it's like really hard to deal with this card. Because this card just keeps going back in his hand. In a normal constructed match, this card's like useless because no one cares how many times this goes back to your hand. Because they have tools built to deal with it. But in our current situation, with nothing to deal with this in these highly grindy control matchups, returning back to your hand is so much card advantage over time.
Yay, treats.
Oh. I'm actually considering maybe can I. It's really crazy, but I'm considering just saying let's. I'm thinking about should we. What is he? He's a misanthrope. Oh, he did it before. My teammate did it before I could play something bad and just ruin plans. It's funny. Okay. Oh. In that case. Till the day when the sky is torn. Streets of gold I will know. Uh-oh. Okay, that's not what was supposed to happen, but I guess... Push damage. Yeah, so this game's end does not look like it's in sight. We probably could have cheesed a win with... No, maybe not with Ennio, because technically Sign of Pride was in this game. So he would have been able to deal with Ennio, so I shouldn't get too excited. It wasn't like Ennio was going to win the game. It was still a misplay, and we probably could have saved ourselves some trouble. Because it's... Sure, you might have Sign of Pride, but then Sign of Pride using its ability on Ennio means it's not using on your next threat, right? So Armageddon Vow... It was still important to deal with this. This is where I belong. Dude, the Firebird. We need, like, this thing's hunting us. Like, it almost ensures that we can't win the game on my side of the field, actually. Because as long as this guy, like, because he can just keep playing this to keep blocking me, right? So I might need to somehow help my teammate a little bit more. Okay. I saw what he got. Wait, I got Ringmaster. I got Ringmaster. Could put Ringmaster down. Hacktivist! Oh my guys, fam. I should have put this over here. I should have put the Hacktivist on this side. That is a misplay. I had intentions to protect the Ringmaster. And orange. Sewers. You're still on. Be free. This is where you should be. I should just heal this. Or am I burning?
What's on the bus?
Maybe I should be using... Promise gold. Maybe I should be using Nice! Teamwork! I say maybe I should be using this ability, because I just realized this also returns back to my hand over and over and over again. So technically this is my own mini Phoenix bird that he had. So since he had a Phoenix bird and he just keeps getting value out of it, maybe I should be using that sword. I haven't played the sword a single time, which I'm thinking now to myself, that's kind of stupid. Because, like, this sword... Stupid's too hard of a word. Stupid's too harsh.
Oh, I found you.
Inefficient. Your creation has been spun. That guy has a... Look at the card display. What is going on? You know why he has so many cards in his hand? It's because of Fated Firebird. Because every single time he's played Fated Firebird, it means he doesn't have to play other cards. So he's like, look at the disparity, the gigantic disparity of cards between him and him. 2 to like 8. My... Oh, wow. I kind of want to move. I kind of want to move this. I want to move this. I want to move this here so I can use this. Face to face. The universe. I want him to move this here. I wonder if he realizes that I have... Holy... Probably not. If he realized he wouldn't play that in there. Okay, so 4, 6, 7... You're moving deep in my life. You're... Oh! Oops. Whoopsie. Oops. I could sacrifice this card. I just sacrificed the wrong card. It's okay. Oh, it's such a waste. Waste of an elephant. This card is dead. This card's doomed. I sacrificed like a healthy young maiden when there was this dying elephant ready to give its life for the cause. Space, the universe declares your praise, singing holy, holy is your name. We are face to face. Wow, that is super good against 7 out of time space. So good against this card. Like, this card would destroy. Declares your praise, singing holy, holy is your name. I am so hungry. So excited to eat food. I am rip. I gotta burn this card. I have no deserts. No deserts. I'm thinking to myself, if that thing was alive, the pressure would have been substantial. So, like, there was a very big creature that could have been attacking for 10 damage on this side. So, wow, what happened here? Why is this thing shrunken? What did this shrink? Oh, this card. I can feel my heartbeat beating. I can hear my goddess speaking. King of creation, breathe upon me. Sube con eso. Ahí tiene. Amazing. Do we have Sapo? But Sapo's... He doesn't want to use Sapo yet. Uh-oh. King of creation, so amazing. King of creation. Feel my spirit screaming. I think that was a very good turn. You amazing. Here we are, face to face, lost in wonder at the God of time and space. The universe declares your praise, singing holy. Wow. Holy is your name. I think that's a good use of infuse and stuff like that. We don't want him to use Sapo. He really doesn't want to use Sapo until we have to use it for sure. I agree with that. The universe. But our hands are looking so bad. Like without Sapo, actually he has nothing. Okay, he's going to use Sapo. My teammate's going to use Sapo on this. Holy. Let's see what we draw. Hello, Maker. Hello, Maker of the moon. You didn't play this Phoenix? What? He's been playing the Phoenix this whole time. Okay, let's see what he has. Zappo's coming down a bit. Yeah. Hola. let's hope that does something. Maker of the moon, your elation has inspired every move. In the stars.
Taking point.
I wouldn't have used it to kill the Herald. I like that you develop. I didn't have anything to develop, unfortunately. I don't remember develop, but I see that was another good play too. I didn't realize you had Goliath to trade like that. What? He hasn't destroyed all my creatures yet? You get nervous when you see so many cards in your opponent's hand. You're just thinking... Na, 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 na. Mary, did you know that your baby boy take on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make? Do we put a bad card here? Serpent Dead, come on. Is soon to live for you. Those are not vampires. Those... Mary, did you know that your baby boy to a blind man? Mary, did you know your baby boy strong with his hands? Did you know your baby boy angels try? Little baby, you kiss the face of God. Oh Mary, did you know? Oh Mary, did you know? The blind will see, the deaf will hear, the lad will live again. The rain will leave, down will speak the praises of the Lamb. I thought the wind was gonna come on this side. Apparently, did you know? I thought we couldn't get past this firebird. Boy, all creation. Oh, I'm gonna sing that again. Mary, did you know that your baby boy is Lord of all creation? Mary, did you know your baby boy one day rule the nations? Did you know that your baby boy is heaven's precious gem? Oh, we're gonna win. Child, Odin is the great He's the great I am. Oh, great I will see, the deaf will hear, will live again. He's the great I am. It's perfect, it's healing. Oh. Wonderful and Counselor, He's the great I am. His hands and He is His eyes. He's the great. Rippity rip rip, blackity rip rip. Great I am. Oh. The blind will see, the dead will hear. I agree with you, Tempest. That bird was just look at the cards in his hand. What does he have in his hand? I think you should realize by now, playing the bird is not how you're gonna win. He needs to stop playing the bird. The bird got him these many cards in his hands. It's time to use the other cards in your hand. Like, the bird generates cards. It's not super good for its stats. It's not super bad, but really, he's really like 1 or 2 cards away from flipping the board. He needs to flip the board. They're dead. They lost. Did you know? Uh-oh. Just kidding. He got Dashing Greenmaster Rush. Uh-oh. Sons daughters. Did you know? Baby boy. Ooh, no. This is the war between the sword The eventual heirloom versus Birdie. They both return to hand, right? I always like this. I really like this card art. Like, this card art is great. Like, it's like profane and holy at the same time. Like, there's like dead ancestors with a halo, with a super shiny scimitar with like a really cool bangles. There's like a lot to love about this card. Your baby boy. Wow. Hands on his hands, you know. You're dead. He's dead. Did you guys see? Do you see the win? I see the win. I see the win. Little baby. Uh-oh. That's not a win. Prince of God. Oh, Mary, did you know? Mary, did you know? The blind will see, the deaf will hear, the dead will live again. The lame will speak, the dumb will speak, the praises of the Lamb. We just need to not die. Not dying is important. Not dying is very important. Baby boy. We almost had the win. Of all creation, did you know your baby boy? Wonder Drug is not what we want to see. Wonder Drug is what we do not want to see. Baby boy, heaven's perfect love. Sweet child, holding is the great. Wow, these are like. He's the great eye. They're dead. The Reese has him. And the blind will see, the dead will hear, and the dead will live again. He's the great I am. He has healed me. He's the great I we call wonderful and counselor. He's the great eye, healing in his hands, lightning in his eyes, true. Alright, good game. Oh, great I am. Oh, we even got the 250 card back in time. Nice. Well, thank God for the win. And it was great playing with you, Tempest. It's good playing with everyone who's asked to play. I'm happy to play with you guys. It was a good run. You know, I know there are a lot of people who think religious people, Christians especially, are retarded. They think we don't use our brains. They think we believe anything. They think and we're full of shit. Like, let's put it that way. And I'm gonna say maybe they're right. Maybe they're right. But as a person, I try to use my brain. I do not consider myself very knowledgeable. I'm hungry for more knowledge. I consider myself to be... I consider all of us humans, if we combined all our knowledge into one pool, it's not even a drop in the ocean. And I'll show this statistically. There are 1 billion trillion stars in the observable universe from where we are with things like the Hubble telescope. We call planet Earth our home. That's like 1 out of 8 planets that orbit one star in the solar system. There are 1 billion trillion observable stars. So, if a person understood the planet Earth in its entirety, if they understood cultural anthropology, Egyptology, the history of this planet, so all 4 to 5 million years of it, all the religions, all the philosophies, all the mathematics, all the sciences, they knew every plant by name, they knew every human's personal history, it's still not even close to 1% of our observable galaxy. So if a human being possessed all knowledge of everything that's ever happened on the Earth, if they combined that all our knowledge, all the dead, all who are alive right now in the present, and all who will live in the future, still not 1%. It's not even a drop in the ocean. I am pretty sure it's not even a drop in the ocean. We live in a universe where there are distances measured in trillion of light years. Trillion of light years. Trillions of light years, and let's say I will talk more about these kind of topics that I'll talk about, when I come back from lunch, but when we see the Mona Lisa, we think to ourselves, wow, what a masterpiece. Those Renaissance old masters, they really knew their perspective. They really knew, they were masters of illustration. They knew how to mix their different pigments and to create so much depth, so much feeling. And we look at the Mona Lisa and we say, wow, the artist is so great. Leonardo da Vinci must be amazing. Can I tell you? Mona Lisa the painting is worse than Mona Lisa the person. As in, Mona Lisa the painting is a 2-dimensional art piece. It can't talk. It's not animated. It's actually a shadow of a real person. It's a painting of a person. Mona Lisa the person. We look at her and we say, wow, she's amazing. But do we give credit to the artist who created the Mona Lisa? The real person who gave them speech, the ability to think, the ability to play games? Generally speaking, no. So by analogy, see, we look at the Mona Lisa as an art piece and we're like, amazing, must have a great artist. We look at Mona Lisa, the person, and we're like, that's even more amazing than the art piece. It's not just 2-dimensional, she's 3-dimensional. She can move. Okay? And then we say, oh, there's no artist. Really? So the Mona Lisa the painting, if you saw Mona Lisa the painting, it's inferior in every way to Mona Lisa the real person. And we know when you see a painting, ooh, it has an artist. If we see Mona Lisa the person, we say, oh, there's no artist. And when we say there's no artist, What if there was an artist? If there was an artist, that guy has some mad skills, right? That's just perspective, my perspective. We look at an amazing video game like Mythgard and we say, wow, this is an amazing game. Must have had game designers, must have a really good thinking behind it. Can I tell you, the world we live in is even more interesting than Mythgard. It has, this world generates myths. Just look at myths. This world we live in, if you view it as a video game, is a far greater value. There's been more effort put into our world than there has been put into Mythgard. You see, Mythgard is only the product of less than 5 years of work. The universe we live in is the product of a lot more than 5 years. And I try to be as tolerant as possible. In fact, I love to hear other people's point of views. But we're living in an increasingly dangerous time. It's becoming illegal to say Merry Christmas to people. Did you know that? You might not know that, but it's becoming illegal to say Merry Christmas to people. And to me, an enlightened atheist society would never do that. Because why should it be illegal to say Merry Christmas? Oh, it makes me feel uncomfortable. Oh, you're saying... Wow! If saying Merry Christmas becomes illegal, and if that ruffles people's feathers so hard, when people have been saying Merry Christmas for like 2,000 years, I don't think we're going to win any wars. If you have a country full of people who they hear the word Merry Christmas and they feel pain, how are we going to win wars? You need people who are strong, who are courageous, who can face sniper bullets. We need people who are not afraid of death. You are afraid of someone saying Merry Christmas. It's encouraging a culture of cowardice, a culture of intolerance. That's literally intolerance. If someone says Merry Christmas, that's illegal. That's called intolerance. So I'm actually not even interested in conversion of people. I'm interested in positive transformation. I'm interested in my brothers and sisters, my fellow human beings, becoming better versions of themselves. And I see the world we're living in and the direction we're pushing for as, in many tangible ways, measurable ways, negative transformation. And I tell you, a society that says it's illegal to say Merry Christmas because it hurts people's feelings is also a society that doesn't like winning wars. If you don't like winning wars, eventually you're going to lose a war and your culture will never, ever continue. It would be obliterated. So do we want our men and women to be brave, tolerant people? Or do we want our men and women to cry wolf? To pick fights that mean absolute garbage? You realize we live in a country, or at least the United States of America is a country where people are getting murdered and shot in garlic festivals. There was a shooting at a garlic festival a few months ago, 30 minutes from my house. I live in Northern California. I live really close to Netflix headquarters. I live 8 minutes away from Netflix headquarters. I've been there many times. I live very close to Google. I live very close to YouTube, Instagram. I have friends who work at some of these places. And there are shootings at garlic festivals. Same place. So, to me, our society needs to be careful of what battles we pick. Do we care about wiping out Merry Christmas, or do we care about wiping out real problems? Real problems. Problems that cause people's lives. So it's for this kind of, I just have this opportunity to share my thinking and my thought process. It's actually for these reasons I will continue to be me. I think it's important that everyone, if we want to live in the society that transforms into its highest potential, we need to encourage people who are not like us to be themselves and to push themselves even further. We need people who are Christians, non-Christians, atheist, agnostic, Muslim, Hindu, Sikh. Everybody and everyone needs to find a way to look at people different than us, encourage them to be better versions of themselves, and be encouraged to be better versions of themselves. At least that's how I feel. I could be wrong, but I'm willing to be wrong. Mary, did you know? So in multiple cultures, in multiple areas, you know Xmas? Xmas is used as the replacement. The reason why Xmas, Happy Merry Xmas is used, it's because the word Christ is offensive to people. And there's a push towards making it disappear. Especially in the workplace. Especially in companies. Mary, did you know? Babe. We're gonna sing this song again. Loud and proud. And I'll give it a link. It's an old hymn. Mary, did you know? And the crux of this song is basically, I'll do my super fast rundown. If the world we live in is a video game, and if that video game had a lead game designer, what would happen if the lead game designer decided to play his own game? So let's say a lead game designer of World of Warcraft creates World of Warcraft, Azeroth, Lordaeron, etc. Okay? And then he's like, cool, I've made all these worlds. Now I want to play my own game. He creates a new account, and he creates an orc character. And he says, hey, let's give this game a spin. Let's give it a try. You know, I've been working on it. It's finally done. Let's play. Is that weird? No. In fact, I've never heard of a single lead game designer of any game who's ever worked on a game that they did not play eventually. So in this analogy, if the world we live in is indeed a video game that has a lead game designer, we can call this lead game designer God. Now, if he wanted to play his own game, what would he choose to be? Would he choose to be a walrus? Would he choose to be an elephant? Well, technically he could be any of them, because it's like not that hard for you to say, okay, well, I want to be an orc today, or I want to be a night elf tomorrow, or undead yesterday. Like, you could just, whatever you want to be, if you're the game designer, you can play itself as that. So, with the story of Jesus Christ, to me, it's the story of the lead game designer, God, choosing to make a character. In World of Warcraft's case, it's like an orc. Choosing to be an orc. Starting at level 1 and exploring his own world he created as a new player experience. So they say Jesus could never be God. A man can never become God. Maybe they're right. But God, by definition, 100% can become a man because God is all-powerful. If a person's all-powerful, if he can't become God, a man, then he's not all-powerful. That's something he cannot do. So if you say a man cannot become God, I agree. If you say God cannot become a man, then you say God is not all-powerful. Now, for God to create a character and play as that character, it creates a really interesting dynamic, actually. You see, when the World of Warcraft's lead game designer is playing World of Warcraft, is he the orc or is he himself? Is he the character he created that he named Thrall, or is he his name George in real life? Well, technically, isn't he both? So if a person actually was a lead game designer of a game, created a character, he's technically his character, yet he is himself. And this creates an interesting dynamic, to me at least, where Jesus claimed to be the Son of God. So, and he claimed God's his Father. Now, how can someone be the Son and the Father at the same time? Well, think about it. If a lead game designer created a character, he technically fathered a character. At the same time, if he fathered a character by creating that character is also his son. Yet at the same time, he is that character because he's playing as that character. So they say, I don't believe in the Trinity. I don't believe if there's... Your religion's confused. You say there's three gods, or there's one god, or there's three gods and one and three. What is this Trinity business? Well, let's think about it. If we go by my analogy, the lead game designer became a man, or an orc in the World of Warcraft example, when he's moving his mouse cursor, is he his mouse cursor, or is he the character, or is he the guy behind the keyboard? Technically, he's all three of them. He's technically the character that's moving around in the world. Yes. That'd be Jesus. He's technically the guy behind the keyboard. That's God the Father, because he fathered and created a character. Okay? And he's technically the mouse cursor, because wherever his mouse cursor is, it is him. It's technically him. Like this mouse cursor moving is technically me. Yet it is not me. It's me when I touch it, but it's not me when I'm not touching it. And this, to me, synergizes really well with the Holy Spirit, the Holy Ghost, however you want to call him. It's because you can't see the mouse cursor. See? You see, they say, if God's real, why can't I see him? Well, can Frecky Scout see me? Can Frecky Scout see Wang Jie Li, the artist who made him? Can the artwork see the artist? The answer is no. Wang Jie Li is unknown to Frecky Scout, yet he created Frecky Scout. So just because Frecky Scout doesn't know about Wang Jie Li doesn't mean Wang Jie Li is not a person. So that's my little brief rundown. I want to go through the song. And that's why I sing this song. Because to me, it's a very important story. It's a very important story, this Christmas business. You know, in Christmas we give gifts to people. Or we're supposed to. But the story of Christmas, the reason why it even has Christ in the word, is because it's because God. The word Christ means king. See, my name's Christopher. Chris. My name means Christ bearer. To have Christ on top of me. Okay. Christ means Messiah in Greek. Christos means Messiah in Greek. Messiah means anointed one in Hebrew. Anointed one means a king. So every time someone's swearing Jesus Christ, they're actually saying Jesus is king. You know Kanye's new album? Yeah, every single time someone says Jesus Christ, they literally just said Jesus is king. And it's an important story to me that what actually happened on Christmas? What is Christmas about? Well, if the lead game designer chose to play his own game and chose to be a level 1 human being and chose to be born as a little baby, it's kind of a big deal. It's kind of a big deal. Low key.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would
Save our sons and daughters. Did you know that your baby boy has come to make us new? This child that you delivered will soon deliver you. Mary, did you know your baby boy will give sight to a blind man? Oh, Mary, did you know that your baby boy will calm the storm with his hands? Did you know that your baby boy has walked where angels trod? When you kiss your little baby, you kiss the face of God. Oh, Mary, did you know? Oh, Mary, did you The blind will see, the deaf will hear, the dead will live again. The lame will lead, the dumb will speak, the praises of the Lamb. This is where this verse comes in. We just talked. Mary, did you know that your baby boy is Lord of all creation? Oh, Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day rule the nations? Did you know that your baby boy is heaven's perfect lamb? Is the great I am. We just played 3 hours of Mythgard, so we are going to play more. We're just going to eat lunch soon, but we are enjoying ourselves. But you could watch VODs if you're interested in that kind of stuff. Mary, did you know that your baby boy is Lord of all creation? So this verse is so important because it's like, yes, I understand Jesus gets made fun of a lot. People like me get made fun of a lot. And maybe we deserve it, okay? Maybe we're being stupid. Maybe we're being foolish, okay? Sure, it's possible. But if God's real, and God is all-powerful, or if God's even just as powerful as he's shown himself to just the universe. If the universe is created, if it's a piece of art created by an artist, that artist has immense power. We say the sun has a lot of power. Well, whoever created the sun has to have more power than the sun. Like, how do you generate the sun without having more power? We even know this looking at the Big Bang, right? The Big Bang, there's this idea of entropy and how the universe actually had more power, more energy at time 0.1. Like when the Big Bang happened, there was actually more energy in our universe. Ever since since the Big Bang, as we believe it, there's a massive explosion with a maximum amount of energy. The explosion's been slowing down. You see? It's been slowing down. Everything in the planet, all the planets, all the universe, all the stars, you and me, we're all stardust. It's all been slowing down. Meaning, at time 0.1, t equals 0.1, there was actually more power in the universe at the beginning, and there's less power now. That's why we ain't getting burned up. And if a person possesses that type of power to create universes and galaxies, like so, becoming a human being is easy work. It's easy work. Now the real question is, well, there's a couple questions. There's it's contingent on, is God even real? Okay. Second one is, if God is real, would he ever dare become a human being? Why would a God become a human being? Well, if you look at it game design, from a game design point of view, well, so what? If God wanted to become a human being, is that weird? That's like the lead designer of World of Warcraft playing as an orc. Bruh, why not? And I think that's the way I like to appreciate the story, the Christmas story. Your baby boy, Lord of all creation. Oh Mary, did you know that your baby boy one day rule the nation? Did you know that your baby boy is heaven's perfect lamb? The sleeping child holding is the great I am. This is too high. I am is the great I am. So the reason why we're interested in Egyptology, or one of the reasons is because Moses is kind of important. He formed the nation of Israel. And the encounter that is recollected, or so quote unquote important, he's attributed as the source of the Torah. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. And he was raised as an Egyptian prince. So Egyptology becomes of great interest and importance. And the event that quote unquote got him leaving the desert of Midian and going back to Egypt to say, "Let my people go," was encountering a burning bush. A bush that's on fire, that's not burning. And he was talking to a tree. And the tree said, "Moses." And I say, "Oh my, this is holy ground." And then Moses asked the tree, "Who are you?" And the tree said, "I am." So the name Yahweh, the letters YHWH, the Hebrew, I don't know what's tetra, YHWH, it's tetra something. Tetra means four. It's called a tetragram. The tetragram is the name of God recorded in the Hebrew culture. is I am. I am. And when Jesus walked the earth, many astute readers of the Bible, who are critical readers, would say, Jesus never claimed to be God. I can't find a single verse where Jesus says he's God. Show me in the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, where does he say he's God? He didn't say he was God, interestingly enough. But he said three things. And one of them was when Pontius Pilate, the fifth governor of Judea, was talking to him, the most powerful person in the land, asked him, well, he said first, they say you're the king of the Jews. Jesus said, you say I am. Pontius Pilate replied, who are you? And Jesus said, I am. So Jesus said he's the same person at the burning bush of Moses. That's what this part of the song is talking about. He's the great I am. He's the great I am. Because I am is the Mosaic name of God. So one of those three things that Jesus said was, who are you? I am. Which is interesting because it's blasphemous if that's not who he is. So, as a Jew, if he says he is I am, he's saying he's God in a Jewish context. And it's blasphemous if and only if that's not actually who he is. It is not blasphemous if that's who he actually is. And that's technically not something you should be saying when you're about to get executed. Because if you're about to get executed, you should make peace with your maker. Like, saying blasphemous things right before you die sounds like a horrible, horrible exit strategy. The other two things that he said that are more than suggestive is he said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. None can come to the Father except through me. Which would make sense if, using our father-son analogy, if a video game designer creates a character and he's the father, then the character he's playing is the son. So technically, to get to the father, you would be getting to the son, because the son is the father. It's just like an avatar. A tune. The third thing that was said was, there was an interesting story of Jesus and the prostitute who, I read this recently. So Jesus was at the house of a Pharisee. He is at the house of a learned religious man who has a good reputation. You could say a pastor or an imam, somebody that people looked at as holy. He was at a holy person's house, okay? And they were just chatting, over some tea, maybe eating some kebabs or something. And a renowned prostitute, in our age it'd be like a porn star, okay? Like a porn star came up to him and started crying, weeping. She had in her hand an alabaster jar of perfume, a very expensive item. In fact, it was worth more than a year's pay. And of an ordinary workman. So she started crying, and she actually took her perfume jar, opened it up, poured it on his feet, was wiping it on his feet, using her hair, wiping his feet with the tears and with the perfume. And that was scandalous. Okay? Because it's like a porn star going up to a guy talking to a holy man, and they were judging Jesus. They were like, "Holy, if Jesus is a prophet, how can he let someone like that touch him? How?" Like, I had really, like, oh, Jesus, when I was talking to him one-on-one, I was really stimulated by that intellectual conversation. But the moment he let her touch him, oh, my opinion of him just dropped. It just dropped so hard. And Jesus said a couple interesting things. But he said to this leader, he said, "You didn't greet me with kisses. You didn't offer me food to eat. You didn't..." He started listing several things that the host didn't do. And then he went on to say, "Look at her. Look at what she has done for me. She will be remembered for this." She said, "Go, your sins are forgiven." And all the people who were there were like, "Who the hell does he think he is? Only God can forgive sins." So those are the 3 that I have in my memory. But time to go eat. This channel is not about Mythgard. This channel is not about Gwen. This channel is not even about anything. It's like not about anything specific. It's just me turning on a camera, a mic, sharing my gameplay, sharing my fun, just talking and having fun. You guys are always welcome to join us. If you have questions, you can always ask questions, whether they're gameplay related, whether they're real talk, just real talk, real questions. Because this life is so interesting, and the majority of us human beings just don't see it. Most of us don't know how to play the game we live. This game, the game we're living in, the world we live in, is so corrupt. I think it's so corrupt. We know it's just not right for so many people. And that might be why the lead game designer decided to pay us a visit. Was maybe to teach us how to play the game.